Many people with diabetes turn to herbs for blood sugar, hoping they'll magically fix their numbers. But herbs don't work like medication, and that's actually a good thing. Some of these herbs are already in your kitchen. They're safe for daily use, and when used the right way, they can support healthy blood sugar and help stabilize everyday blood sugar levels. In this video, we'll look at 5 herbs for blood sugar, starting with a few most people overlook, and show how small, realistic habits can make these choices work as part of normal daily life. These habits don't replace medication, but they can support better daily control. Number 1. Bay leaf. Bay leaf is one of those herbs most people use without thinking twice. It goes into soups, stews, or rice, then gets removed and forgotten. But for people managing diabetes, bay leaf can quietly play a supportive role in how the body handles carbohydrates on a daily basis. What makes bay leaf interesting isn't a dramatic drop in glucose. Instead, certain compounds in bay leaf may help improve insulin activity over time, which matters for smoother blood sugar levels, especially after meals that include rice, bread, or starchy foods. The real value of bay leaf comes from consistency. It works best as a daily cooking habit, not as a strong tea taken occasionally. Adding 1 or 2 dried leaves while cooking grains, soups, or slow-cooked dishes allows its effect to build gradually without stressing the system. Some people do choose to drink bay leaf tea, usually after meals. When used this way, it may support digestion and help the body process glucose more calmly, which is why bay leaf often shows up in discussions about herbs for blood sugar used in everyday life. A common mistake is assuming more is better. Using too many leaves or making overly concentrated tea won't speed results and may irritate digestion. When used gently and consistently, bay leaf remains one of the more overlooked yet practical diabetes-friendly herbs for daily use. Number 2. Fenugreek. Fenugreek is less common in Western kitchens, but it has a long history in traditional diets, especially in meals designed to support digestion and metabolic balance. What makes fenugreek helpful is its high content of soluble fiber. This type of fiber slows how quickly carbohydrates are absorbed in the gut, which can help reduce sharp post-meal glucose spikes, a daily challenge for many people living with diabetes. Fenugreek works best around meals, not as a standalone remedy. Some people soak the seeds overnight and consume a small amount before eating. Others add ground fenugreek powder directly into meals. Both approaches focus on timing and consistency rather than high doses. Because of this mechanism, fenugreek often appears among herbs that help control blood sugar naturally, especially when meals contain refined carbs or larger portions. One important detail is pacing. Fenugreek should be introduced slowly. Taking too much too quickly can lead to bloating or digestive discomfort, causing people to abandon it early. When used in small, regular amounts, fenugreek becomes one of the more practical options among the best herbs for diabetics to control blood sugar as part of a sustainable daily routine. Number 3. Rosemary. Rosemary is best known as a cooking herb, not something people associate with blood sugar. It's used for flavor, aroma, and freshness, which is exactly why it works well as a daily habit rather than a targeted remedy. For people managing diabetes, rosemary's value comes from its anti-inflammatory properties. Chronic low-grade inflammation can interfere with how insulin signaling works in the body. By supporting a calmer metabolic environment, rosemary may help the body respond to carbohydrates more efficiently, leading to steadier blood sugar levels over time. Rosemary works best when used with meals, not on its own. Adding fresh or dried rosemary to roasted vegetables, proteins, or soups helps integrate it naturally into regular eating patterns. Some people also drink rosemary tea after meals, especially heavier ones, to support digestion and glucose handling. This daily use approach is why rosemary fits naturally into conversations about herbs for blood sugar that don't rely on extreme dosing or short-term fixes. The benefit builds through repetition, not intensity. A common mistake is treating rosemary like a supplement. Taking large amounts or highly concentrated extracts isn't necessary and can be counterproductive. Used gently as part of normal cooking and routine meals, rosemary becomes one of the more overlooked yet practical diabetes-friendly herbs for daily use. Number 4. Cinnamon. Cinnamon is probably the most talked about herb for blood sugar, which is also why many people end up using it incorrectly. Simply adding cinnamon to coffee or tea and expecting fasting glucose to drop often leads to disappointment. Cinnamon's real strength is in how it supports insulin sensitivity, especially after meals. This means it's more useful for smoothing post-meal glucose responses than for lowering numbers on an empty stomach. Timing matters more than amount. Using a small amount of cinnamon with meals that contain carbohydrates, such as oatmeal, yogurt, or baked dishes, allows it to work alongside digestion. This approach aligns with how cinnamon has traditionally been used in food, rather than treating it like a quick fix. Another overlooked detail is the type of cinnamon. Ceylon cinnamon is generally preferred for regular use because it's gentler when consumed daily. This becomes important for people exploring the best herbs for diabetics to control blood sugar safely over time. The most common mistake is overuse. Large doses won't create faster results and may cause discomfort. When used consistently, in realistic amounts, and paired with meals, cinnamon remains one of the most reliable herbs that help control blood sugar naturally. Number 5. Ginger. Ginger is one of the most familiar herbs in the world, which is why many people assume they already know everything about it. It's often used for colds, nausea, or digestion, but its role in blood sugar support is usually misunderstood. For people managing diabetes, ginger doesn't work by forcing blood sugar down. Its real value lies in how it helps the body handle glucose more efficiently, partly by supporting insulin response and improving digestion. When digestion is smoother, glucose tends to enter the bloodstream in a more controlled way, rather than all at once. Timing plays a big role here. Ginger is most helpful around meals, especially before or after eating. A small amount before a meal may help prepare the digestive system, while ginger tea after eating can support post-meal glucose handling. This makes ginger particularly useful for people who notice spikes after larger or carb-heavy meals. Another detail many people overlook is form. Fresh ginger tends to work better for daily use than large doses of powdered supplements. Sliced ginger in hot water, grated ginger in cooking, or small amounts added to meals are easier for the body to handle consistently. This is why ginger continues to show up among herbs for blood sugar that are practical and sustainable. It fits into real life without requiring strict routines or special preparation. The most common mistake is overdoing it. Using large amounts or drinking very strong ginger drinks won't speed results and may cause stomach discomfort. When used gently and consistently, ginger remains one of the most reliable herbs that help control blood sugar naturally. Herbs work best when they're treated as daily habits, not shortcuts. Used consistently and at the right time, these herbs for blood sugar can support smoother blood sugar levels and make everyday meals easier for your body to handle. They're not a replacement for medication, and results don't happen overnight. But small, repeatable habits, especially when paired with timing and awareness, add up over time. If you found this helpful, check out our other videos on simple habits that support healthier blood sugar, and we'll see you there.